Okay, today we're going to talk a little bit about college planning for juniors. Now is definitely the time to start your college looking process if you haven't already. The summer before your senior year is a really good time to go ahead and tour schools and look at schools. So that way by October you can decide where you're going to go. By the end of October, you should have applied to all the schools you are looking at and be prepared to make a decision and to fill out your FAFSA at that time period. So first thing we're going to talk about is why college. So the average college grad earns $22,000 more per year than a person without a degree. That's $1 million more in a lifetime. College grads have lower unemployment rate. A college degree is becoming the only path to the middle class. College will make you smarter and help you gain independence. In general, going to any sort of post-secondary institution is going to be what we're talking about in here, not just specifically college. So if you go to a trade school or something like that, that is included in college for this presentation. So what you need to do now is take the ACT. So I know quite a few have taken it already. We took it all together in April as juniors, but definitely take the June ACT again and as many times as you possibly can until October, so that way you have your best representation on your ACT score. You're also going to need to go ahead and start doing research on college and majors. And if you're interested in athletics, then you need to go ahead and sign up for those clearinghouses now, so that way the scouts can look at you. So here's kind of a college planning timeline. So June, July, and September before your senior year, you should be filling out college applications and retaking the ACT. In October, you should be doing institutional scholarship applications. This presentation is a little outdated. It says January you start filling out your FAFSA, but starting this year, the FAFSA will now let you fill it out in October. So you should fill out your FAFSA in October as well. And then in February through April, you should be applying to any local scholarships and be applying for housing. And May 1st is usually the enrollment deadline. So you have to tell the school, yes, for sure, I'm going to you or not. Okay, so these are some college lingo words. So these are some words that you need to know. We're going to be playing some games in class to get to know these. But if there's any words you're not sure of, you need to go ahead and look those up or ask me, and I can help you as well. Okay, so not just any college, but best fit. So not just a school you can get into, but also fits you in the following areas. So you have to rank what is most important to you when you look at schools, and then figure out what is your best fit based on that. So look at the size of the school, the academic programs, look at cost, but also look at cost once you get your award letter. So see, once you get your scholarships and your financial aid, what school is going to be more economically affordable to you, and how high does that rank for you when you're looking at schools. Look at extracurriculars, look at the student body, the academic atmosphere, the location, the sports, the religious affiliation, prestige, and social atmosphere. So those are some of the things you should decide. How much do you care about those, if at all, when you're looking at a school, so you can decide what school is your best fit. Okay, benefits of best fit. One is overmatching versus undermatching. Students who match are more likely to succeed. They graduate on time, they get involved, and they find a job. So overmatching is when you apply to a school that you don't really fit the requirements for. So you don't have the ACT score, and those are going to be schools that you are going to possibly struggle at more. Maybe you don't meet the minimum GPA requirement. Versus undermatching is a school that you far exceed the requirements. So ECC is great for some people, but for a lot of people, that's an undermatch. So that's a school that they may not necessarily succeed at because they need a little bit more of a challenge. It's a little bit different if you're using A+ money. Some schools do offer an A+ scholarship, so look into that too. But if you are doing the A+ program so you can do 2 years at ECC and then go somewhere else, it may be okay to undermatch for a few years. Okay, so do your research and visit. Decide, is this where I really want to be? Tour multiple schools. Even if you're like, I really want to go to such and such schools, still visit other schools that are like that school. So are similar in size or programs, depending on what you decided was more important when you looked at best fit. Okay, so there are 3 types of financial aid: scholarships, grants, and loans. So scholarship is money that is given you based on specific achievements. So it may be ACT scores, it may be GPA, it may be that you're going into a certain degree program. A grant is money that's given to you by the government that you don't have to repay based on your financial need status. And a loan is a type of money that you're going to have to repay. So the government or an independent company is loaning you money that you eventually are going to have to pay them back with interest. So taking out a few loans is okay, but don't get overboard. Don't let the cost of college scare you. So they will give you scholarships or grants depending on your ACT scores. Definitely fill out those local scholarships because some of those don't really get applied for very much. So do as much as you can to defer the cost of college, but taking out a few loans is okay. But don't think, oh, I can go to the school that costs all this money and take out all the loans I want, because eventually you will have to pay them back. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is deciding what we want to major in. So going in undecided is okay, but it kind of takes time to then decide what you want to go into. So don't spend too long going in undecided, otherwise that's more and more years you're going to have to pay. Also note that once you have to declare a major by junior year, and it's okay to switch majors, but after a while the school says you have to pick a major and you have to stick to it, otherwise they're not going to give you loans anymore. So definitely make sure that you decide what you want to do. So if you don't really know what you want to do, that's fine. Go in undecided. 75% of colleges change their majors 3 or more times. So try not to change your major very often. Really decide what do you want to do and stick to it, because then it's just going to take more time. Do your research. Be realistic with your goals. Understand what do you want out of life. Majors are not the be-all, end-all of life decisions, but they are important because it's going to set up somewhat of what you're going to do with your career. So really try to decide what do you want to do and stick with it. Like I said, sometimes schools don't let you change your major after so many times. You have to pick one and stick to it. Okay, so to help us decide what we might be interested in, we're going to complete this My Major quiz. So click on this link and go through that quiz. We're also going to be doing some college research. So these are 3 websites that you can do to help you with college research. And we're going to be doing some specific college research activities, so check out Canvas for those activities.